what composes drumming, really, double strokes and single strokes. And then I will also, I have a recumbent bike, and I will work out on a bike for about 15 minutes to get my, blood going and my heart rate up. So when I hit the stage, it's not such an incredible shock to the system with Bruce because those shows are so intense.
Right.
And afterwards, I've had operations on my hands, so I soak my hands in ice.
Oh, wow.
And ice water. But most, all athletes do that. If you injure yourself, put, it's called rest. You incline your body part, compression, which stops the blood flow, and ice, which reduces the inflammation.
Wow.
Ice is the second one, compression and elevation. So, rice, that's what all would-be athletes should remember. And, because playing for drums for 4 hours is as much athletic as it is musical.
Oh, I can't even imagine what your hands feel like after that. So you're going to be performing at the Ridgefield Playhouse this Friday night at 8 p.m. And the concept for the Jukebox Tour, how did that happen? Was it, I believe I read that it was after the 40th anniversary tour for The River with Springsteen, you decided to embark on this unique musical endeavor, which fans and critics are praising it for its never the same interactive style.
Well, it happened about 2.5 years ago. I've done about 175 shows. I was booked to play a club in Chicago, and we played a few, set songs, and then it was such an intimate place that I said, anybody have any requests? So suddenly, hands went up, and the guys who I play with tends to be a revolving cast of musicians. We came up having to play what we call top 40 music. I mean, that was the top 40 songs on the Billboard music chart. And you get really good at knowing songs and or faking them. So it was a ball. People responded unbelievably well to it. And the Jukebox name came about because, and on the East Coast particularly, they still have jukebox and diners all over the place.
Right.
And jukebox are where you put your coin in, you get to pick the song. So with Max Weinberg's Jukebox, you get to pick the music all night long. We play for about an hour and a half.
So cool.
And it's very eclectic, everything from the Beatles to the Stones to Bruce, Dave Clark Five, all the English groups from the 60s, the Eagles, Tom Petty, Elvis, Johnny Cash. So it really is like a jukebox because the hallmark of an actual jukebox machine is the wide variety of music they have on it.
That is so neat. And you're actually talking and engaging with the audience.
Well, I do. I tell stories about the songs, what they mean to me. I'll ask them. I go out in the audience with my microphone and ask them why they want to hear a particular song. And somebody will invariably ask for Wonderful Tonight, which, of course, by Eric Clapton, they play is a major prom song, and they played it at my prom in 1980, whenever it was, and so it's a fun night. It's not a concert in the classic sense of the audience sits there and enjoys the music, the band plays for them. This is very interactive. It's a fun night. That's the idea. We have a lot of fun with it.
I'm sure a lot of your fans have shared stories, so many memorable ones to you. I'm sure when they get up and ask you those questions, it must be mean a lot to you.
Yeah, it's amazing what they want to know, what they ask, and then the stuff that I talk about is related to the music, and something will jog my memory that has to do with my career, whether it's playing on TV and having the great opportunity to back Tony Bennett or James Brown or Bonnie Raitt, these great country artists, and that was a great experience because you really developed chops and the discipline of playing on a moment's notice, reading music. I really came of age during the years that I did the late-night TV circuit.
How fun was that when you did that?
TV
Yeah.
is you try to make it fun, and this was a comedy show, so that part was always hysterical. It's a real job. It's a very corporate job. You know, you're working particularly in those days, at a high level of broadcasting. And as a music director, you're the head of a department. So there's a bit of bureaucracy attached to it, more than a bit, that most musicians really wouldn't want to be a part of. But I really enjoyed that part of it, the organization and I was at a right age in my life in my 40s to do that. And I loved it. I guess the best part was that I was able to be home every night and be a full-time dad while my kids were growing up. Well, that's very rare for a musician.
Yes, very.
They don't, these jobs are few and far between. But to have one for 17 years is just an incredibly fortunate experience for me and my 2 children and my wife, Becky.
Amazing. What a career. What a life. I mean, I just pinch myself just being able to talk to you and spend this time with you, which has been really fascinating.
Thank you. Max
Weinberg, legendary drummer, is going to be at the Ridgefield Playhouse this Friday night at 8 p.m. For tickets, call 203-438-5795. Ridgefield Playhouse is such an intimate place. It's such a wonderful theater. It's like you're being in New York for a night. Your audience
wonderful.
is going to have so much fun with you.
Well, that's the idea. We're going to have fun and give them the ability to dance all their lives and get away from whatever might be bugging them. And the good thing about this show is they pick the songs, and you know every song. You've heard every song so many times, and what we try to do is play these songs with a respect for them and an integrity.
Wow.
And like I said, we've just been having a ball with it.
So much fun. I love spending this time with you. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, Wendy. I hope to see you there.
You got it. Friday night, Ridgefield Playhouse. Max Weinberg is going to be there. For tickets, call 203-438-5795. Thanks again, Max.
You're welcome, Wendy. Take care. Bye.
You too.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Blankwell, the #1 weighted blanket in the world. For a limited time only, use code WENDY30 for 30% off all orders.